In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a simple design tip to improve your business. I had this problem where I created a landing page, I connected it to a CRM tool. A CRM tool is a tool for email marketing. You need to send email on scale to a lot of signups to get on your landing page. I realized that whenever I sent an email out, Google will take my email to the promotion category, because if you look at your email, there are sections. There is a primary, so there's promotion, and there's spam. So there are plenty categories, but Google, based on the email you are receiving, they know where to put the email. If your email feels like an ad, they'll put it in promotion. Maybe you put too much images in the email, too much call to action, and too much links, they'll take it straight to promotions. So trying to do this email marketing and get my emails to, because part of the email was to get them to my community and give them access to a free course. I realized that my emails were going to promotions. I didn't think much about it because I thought, well, if they get their email, then they will just go to promotions and they will find it there. And I had somebody in my community talk to me. They had signed up and they couldn't find this email. And I had to take my time to explain to them how, there are different categories. They have to go to the promotions category to find this email. But why would something like this happen? It was because I was using a CRM tool. Google knows if your email is coming from a CRM or a personal account. They know, because the CRM tool, they use a server to broadcast this email, and Google knows. But I had to discover where this problem was coming from. I thought maybe I kept too many links, so I changed that. Still the same thing, I was still landing on promotions. I changed the text of my email to feel very personal. It's still landing on promotions. Then I realized that was because I do not have a domain name. So there are some emails that have, I'm just using that as an example. Your email may be johndoe@gmail.com, but instead you see these emails, the format is really johndoe.johndoe.com or johndoe.mywebsitename.com. Those are professional emails, because you purchase a domain name and you add that domain name to your email itself. So everything Google is trying to do is that Google is trying to improve their service. And if you want to be more discoverable, it's always good for you to have a domain name so it doesn't look like spam. Google hates spam emails. So I had to take the time to buy this email. But before that, this is what led me to even purchasing that domain. There was a book I read on usability testing by Krug. Okay, this is where design comes in. Now, most of us think that design is all about painting stuff and making stuff look good. No. When you are designing, you can design a product, you can design graphics, but you can also design an experience. When your customer is taking one step at a time, you can design that experience. And if your experience is well designed, big companies will tell you that a better experience for the customer leads to more money for the business. If you make your product difficult to access, and if there's too much friction between your customer here and they need to take too many steps, or they don't understand the steps, or the steps are too difficult, they're not going to sign up, they're not going to buy your product. So the whole point of improving your business with design is to reduce friction and improve the experience of the customer. So this is the landing page right here. They are supposed to get a free course. Fine. It has a couple of words. See what it says here. You won't find our email till you check your promotions. Move our email to primary. This video shows you how. So the first solution I tried to implement to reduce friction for my sign-ups was to just add this text here, give them instructions on how they can get the email. Let me just play the video. It's going to look at primary here, then it goes to promotion, shows them the email itself. You can see the email itself. Okay. The video was just a simple walkthrough video that would just show them how they can get access to the email. I implemented this solution, but I also thought to myself, because I remember what Steve Krug said. He said one of his biggest rules for designing experiences, your number one first rule is to make your users not think too much. The name of the book is called Don't Make Me Think, and its rules are applied for marketing and website design. A landing page is a website. My job, if I'm going to improve this landing page, my job is to make visitors to this page not think as much as possible. They shouldn't be reading more than 2 or 3 headlines, and that's it. So all of this is too much friction, because they have to also take that mental energy to understand what I'm trying to say here and to learn this. Who has the time? Who's going to visit a landing page and be watching a video before they sign up to understand how they are going to get access to what you give them after they sign up? So although this was an okay solution, the friction was still too much. So this is what led me to purchase a domain name, because I understood that One way I can make my page better is if this does not exist and this does not exist. And when I do purchase that domain name, my emails are going to be going straight to their primary. Primary is the default page, is where everybody sees, is where everybody lands on when you open Gmail, right? Primary is the first thing you see. Marketing is getting what? Your ad or your message to a potential customer or client. Discoverability is an aspect to marketing. So you want to make your emails easy to discover. That's the whole point. You make your emails easy to discover. Somebody now who goes and check that email. Now, assuming that particular person could not contact me or send me a message on WhatsApp, I wouldn't know. They wouldn't get access to the course. Any new email I send to them, they are not going to see. So the best thing I could do was purchase the domain name and just remove these two things. The scantier your landing page is, the better. The scantier your landing page is, the better. Okay, so I just simply had to. So this is where I built the landing page. Let me just expand this for a while. So now the best thing I can do is what? I can just remove all of this and remove this. These are not necessary. Okay, delete. Where's delete? I'm still going to save that. All right, so where's delete? Let me delete this. Okay, let me delete this. All right, so can you see that this page is easy? Let's navigate there again. So now you can see they go on the page, you understand the ad, get instant access, sign up, grab it now. They sign up and immediately they get it, because now the email I'm going to send to them after signing up on the landing page is not going to go to their promotions. This was where it was going to promotions. Anytime we send a promotional email, you're either marking them or lies if you don't like all those pop-ups, or by just basically ignoring them. You want your emails to come here. This is primarily these promotions. Any email that comes here, you're naturally going to give it a priority over any email that comes to promotions or socials. Okay, so by purchasing that domain name, I could get my email straight to primary and also at the same time improve my landing page. So you can see that there are less words. There's less friction now. There's no video you're explaining to them how to get. They simply just throw in their email. You know the funny thing? Once they understand that they need to sign up from your ad or your content, right, where you're getting them from, once they come here, they don't really even need to read anything on this page. What they do is, I come, I see a form, I sign up. This is the way people think online, okay? They scan the page, they see a sign up button, fill in your contact, get access, sign up. They're not even reading everything. They sign up and immediately they go to their email and they expect to get the course or the product you are delivering to them. So it's a rule for improving a system. The less they have to think. Just like when you buy a new product, like a fridge or a TV, nobody ever reads a manual. Not if you buy a TV, of course, where the button is clear. The button's position on your TV is clear. It's easy to use. Once you see the remote, you know how to use it. Okay, you're not really thinking so much. You don't have to go and read the manual to know how to use a fridge or a TV. If your TV or your fridge is too complex, it will be difficult for the user to use them. Same thing with your website. The job of a website, a business has to have marketing efforts. The point of your website is to improve your marketing efforts so you can make sales and get people into your business, right? So of course, you do need a landing page and you need a website. But those landing page and those websites, they should be easy to navigate, because the whole point of landing page and all of this is email market. I want to be able to talk to you over a long period of time with emails. But guess what? If all my emails are always landing on your promotions category, you're not going to see them. So that's one less person I didn't get. It's very important you apply this concept of not making your customers think. I use Truehost to do it. So if you want to also get a domain name, because domain name adds to your deliverability, that's what they call it. It improves the judgments that email services make on the email you send. All these people now that are signing up, they've not gotten an email from you before. It's the first time. Simply by purchasing a domain name, it tells the email service that this person that this email is coming from is legit, because you've invested into the domain name. I use Truehost to buy my domain name. Okay, so you want to use Truehost, so you open the website, ship domain names in Nigeria, you click on it. Domain name I bought obviously is samadbiz.boss. So you type on your domain name. Let me just use John. Then you search. Okay, this is their platform, Truehost, or they say. All right, so this domain name is available and it's priced at 13.5. This is usually how much it costs a year. Then you can renew it. When you're renewing it, of course, it's going to be more expensive. But for a year, it's about 13.5. Okay, you simply add that to your cart, and when you're ready to purchase, look at view carts here. There's something called view carts here. You come here and you see this domain name.com.ng 6,100. So you just choose your pick. Okay, whichever one you want, you pick it. I'm removing this from cart. You just need one domain name. I'm just using John Doe. Of course, you should use your name. Your name may not be John Doe, or your business name may be something else. Use your name or your business name. Then you do that, add some, either it's .com or dot whatever. You add that, you check which one is available, or you give, and if it's not available, you can create your name in different variations, right? Maybe you make some capital letter, some small letter, but you are going to come across something that is okay for you. Then you proceed to pay. Now, the issue I had with TrueHost is one thing getting the domain name, right? But you also want to attach that domain name to your email. I'm using Brevo as my CRM for my marketing. So let me just go on Brevo platform. I use Brevo for my marketing, right? And if you want to connect your domain name to Brevo, you have to go on your Brevo platform. You go to campaigns, you go to settings, and you come here. You can see this, right? Your senders and domains. All right, you come here and you click on configure. Then I've already added it. I've added one domain name already. So you come here, look at my purchase. Okay, so I've added it. So you do the same thing, you add it. Of course, when you add a domain name, right, you have to click on add domain. To add domain name, you put your domain name. I can put johndoe.com.ng. Of course, remember, before you do this, you have to have purchased it, okay? So you click on checkout and you purchase. I've read terms and agreements. Then you click on checkout. Then I'm getting some errors here because I'm speeding through the process. Of course, there are some things that I know I've not clicked on. The process for buying a domain name on TrueHost is straightforward, okay? Then authenticate. You can authenticate the domain yourself, or you can ask someone to authenticate. Obviously, I went to authenticate myself. All right. What really happens here is they will send you a link to some information that you have to input on TrueHost website. All right. So I'm going to do that myself. Okay. Then I'm going to show you a bunch of this code. Okay. Now the thing is, what you're supposed to do with all of this is you're supposed to fill them into your DNS management on TrueHost. Let's go back to TrueHost. There's something that they call DNS management. Go back. Okay, there's something called DNS management, and where is it? Oh yeah, look at what I didn't fill, where that error was coming from. You ought to fill this before you check out. Find it. You see already. Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh, I see now. I wasn't logged in. Okay, now I'm logged in. Okay, so you go to your dashboard. So once you purchase the domain name, right? You come to your dashboard, you see something like this. Domains 1. You click on it. So you can see that the domain name is active. The domain name is active, right? And now for you to fill in these details, I had issues trying to fill in these details. I went to DNS management, but I'm not supposed to fill in the details there. So I sent support an email, and they replied me telling me that I should go to Olit, and I will be able to find Olit on their website. So this is Olit. You click on Olit to get started. Then what you want to do is you want to fill in these details into, okay? All right, then in Olit, you go to this thing called DNS management. Then you search for your domain name, or you add domain. It don't already exist. So now this is an issue that they had. Trying to authenticate your DNS records for your domain name, trying to add it is not a straightforward process. So what I simply did was I copied all of this, just copy all of this. I went to their website. I looked for their support. They have support, see support over here. Then you just simply click on tickets. All right. Then you send, I've opened so many. So you can see, right, I've sent them so many emails. You can see this one, DNS management, connecting my domain name to Brevo. So simply you open a new ticket and you send them an email. Okay, I don't know why I'm not finding their email here, but you can start a conversation with their bot. So put your full email, your name, just put Samad, put your email. All right, then you type in the message. Okay, this is their bot. This is not their. So I guess they have to improve on their website because it took me a while to actually get my DNS record up and running. So you just put in your message. You can tell the bot to give technical support email. Start a conversation with them. So he has given me, that's because I can't find it. So this is something that they themselves have to improve. So you just copy that, then you create a new email, okay? So this, you put DNS record management, and you just simply tell them that you were unable to find where to fill in your DNS details, and you simply just paste whatever it is that you've gotten from Brave. All right, so you just paste that. Let me see. Okay, then you simply just paste that here. The help you do it, and they're kind of fast at it. So they help you record everything. So whenever it is that you do want to send an email, you have sign ups, you want to send an email, you want to create a new email campaign, you just go to where your emails are. Of course, this is going to look very different depending on the CRM you are using. Not every CRM is going to be the same, but just understand the steps. You do purchase your domain name, you find your DNS records on your CRM platform, then you connect it on their platform. If you are using TrueHost, find support email. You can ask, they have a chatbot. You can ask the chatbot to give you the email because I couldn't find it on their website. Then send an email to them, send your DNS record, and they'll do it for you. But whenever you do want to create a new email, you just have to come here. So these are some email I've already made and some email templates. So let me just show you what I did. Okay, so you see an input for boss. You see this is the domain name, right? So whenever this email goes out, because it's coming from a registered domain, Gmail isn't going to put it in promotions anymore. It's not going to flag it as a promotion because it does have a domain name. Now, usually you would not have a sender there. All right, so let me just even show you step by step how it looks like. Okay, so you can add a new sender. Once you come here, you tell them, okay, you want your sender to be your name. Always make it your name because emails that perform better are usually personalized. Right? Use your name. Then you can make it what? Sama, let me just make it John Doe at. This is where you add your domain name. The domain name is what? Okay. All right, your domain name may be different, maybe johndoe.com.ng. It doesn't really matter. But this is the way you add a new send. Okay, so that Brevo can use your domain name to send these emails. Okay, so your emails don't get flagged as promotions. So simply just put at. All right, so you can put whatever you like in front of this place. But just make sure that don't put at gmail.com. You put at sambiz.boss or at whatever your domain name is. Right, it can be johndoe.ng.com. Then you add that as a new sender. So you see here that there are two from emails. I can use John Doe. This John Doe, you can put anything you like. You can put John Doe, you can put Franklin, whatever your name is. But just make sure that after the at, you put your domain name so that Google doesn't flag your email as spam or as promotions. So that is basically, this is how you create a domain name, and this is how you add your domain name to your CRM tool. Okay, for better deliverability with your email market. All right, so we went from where? Problem to design, problem to figuring out where the problem is, to designing it, to actually implementing a solution. All right, I'm saying this and I took this step by step because when you are building something, this is the steps I want you to follow. You start with a problem. Customer complains that there's an issue. You figure out that problem. I didn't know because I had to do a lot of testing with the emails. I changed the email to make it personal. With Brevo, you can do testing where you can take a particular email and send it to yourself to see how it looks and to see where it's going to land. All right. And whenever I sent it to myself, it was landing on promotions. I changed it, the text. I made it feel more human and personalized. It didn't work. It still went to promotion. I reduced the amount of links there. It still went to promotion until I realized that the problem here, I did a lot of research online. Google is saying that this thing is coming from a CRM tool. This person is a marketer, so he just takes it straight to promotion. So we went from problem to figuring out where the problem is to looking for a solution to implementing it. TrueHost was one of the first recommendations I got online. Or maybe I would have used something else. After purchasing, I couldn't just change because I've already spent money. All right, I had to wait and figure it out. They gave me a lot of problems, but their support team also came through and helped. The same email you sent to 1,000 people, the same email you're going to sell to 10,000 people. Now imagine this email went to about, at that time that issue, that customer did complain, the email went out to about 10 people and it wasn't even 10, it was about 6. So of course, if you want to really do email marketing seriously, you have to buy a domain name. And if you are scaling to about 1,000, 10,000 emails, that guy was about 1 in 6 people. I don't know what percentage is that. So in 10,000, let's assume it was 1 in 5 for easy calculation. So if that email went out to about 10 people, it means 2 people are not going to see the email. If it went out to 50 people, since it was 1 in 5, about 10 people are not going to see the email. So can you see how a little problem, especially when you're doing something like marketing with a CRM tool, can you see how problem can be scaled up? The more people you get, the more the people that are not going to get your email are going to also increase at the same time. So you don't want to lose them. Correct all these little issues.
Creating content is extremely hard and it requires you to invest so much time. It also requires you to have so many skills. You may have thought, why don't I hire a specialist like a video editor or a social media manager? But the problem with that is you'll be wasting your money because at the start of your journey creating content online, you do not know what type of content is going to grow your audience. you do not know what type of content is going to convert your audience to customers, you have no working strategy. You need to be as inexpensive and as lean as possible. You have to go at it yourself. But with AI, free tools, and a smart system, you can reduce the amount of time you spend on creating content to less than half. I have put together a free course and a community. In there, you learn how to use AI to do things like graphics design, image generation, article content, social media writing. You are going to learn how to use a system to organize your content creation workflow from beginning to end. This is going to help you pump out content consistently. And you are going to learn how to use free tools and software to manage your content creation on all social media platforms. Sign up using the link in the description. You'll be sent an email giving you access to the free course and the community.